Sports. Get ready for some of the realest and underground sports topics. Underground music, oh yeah, and some of the realest underground interviews from some of the biggest sports names. So if you want sports conversation, well, we keep it real and sit back and get ready. It's the real underground sports with Ivory.
Man, what up, Saturday? That's my new intro. Got my son on the end of that. But and I wanted to play that now because that's what I'm intro with. Shout out to my son Jason for that intro music, that beat. He making beats or whatever. So that was pretty dope to have him on there. This is the Real Underground Sports on the Real Underground radio station app and a host of other Real Underground pages. Man, we got my guy in here. It's my cousin, man. It's so I keep having him in here because he keep doing dope stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But we gonna interview him. We gonna get to him. We gonna get to that. But to get started, like we always do, man. We got to play some hype music. You know, the players and all that, they get crunk off hype music. So we start the show with that as a sports show. We try to incorporate that. So to get started, this is my guy, Bobby Racksmith, featuring my boy, Poppy Corleone. This is called Tuh. To get started with the show, man.
Yeah.
Now why these niggas think they fucking with me? Like I ain't the hottest nigga out the city. Big Bobby bitch, but I don't fuck with Whitney. Back in 08, that drink was fucking with my kidneys. Name another nigga who kept a buzz off of features. Fuck a high class bitch in some $60 sneakers. Turn around and hit my ratchet bitch in my designer slippers. In LA like the
Man, Bobby Racksmith, man, that's Tuh. We gonna end the show with that, man. But you got we in here, bro. Is Real Underground Sports, man. I'm Ivory. Got my pops in here. Big show today, man. Big show. I'm excited to have my guy in here. He on the screen there now. You know, my guy Keith Tucker, man, with this True Sauce. Got to keep getting you in here, like I said, bro. Matter of fact, and you don't. I'm gonna tell you why off camera, but I done interviewed him 4, 5, 6 times or whatever. And what he don't know is every time he's doing something dope, it will be a break in between when I've been here last. And there's a reason why I wouldn't be here. And then him doing something would then motivate me through why I haven't been here to then come on back in. So I do it every time, and it's like, so I'm always happy to see you doing something, man. And like I said, bro, it helps me to do what I'm doing. So this is my guy, Keith Tucker Jr., man. He got the True Sauce in here, daddy. Because he a busy man, and we know we got, he got things to do. We gonna get into this interview now, so we can go and get that out the way. Let him get to what he got to get to. But I just wanted to talk about the big award he got, man. He doing something dope again. Every time I turn around. Now, listen, this is what it is too. Before True Sauce was ever on the shelf, or any of that. Before he did any of that, and he told me that's what he was doing. That's what he had going on. He was like, cause I got a new sauce. Is this, that, and the third. Everything he told me, I felt it right then that is what it is. It wasn't an idea or anything. I'm like, that's already product. And I brought him in here like, bro, you dope. We gotta tell people about this. We gotta tell people about this. And I brought him in. So to see him take off and to see where he is and to see him in his suits and then doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? That was real dope. Plus, when he got this award, I just seen on Facebook pictures and you, your dad, and your son. I thought that was dope because I got my pops in here with me. And that made me happy, you know what I'm saying, just having my pops around. So with that being said, bro, they see the award right here. I want you to tell them, first of all, where did this award come from, and how did that whole process go?
It's man, first of all, I want to just say thanks for having me again and again, man. And it's always dope that I can inspire you to come on back to work. Cause you know everybody may fight different type of battles in life, man, and you just never know what people may be going through, man, or what kind of inspiration you can provide for others. And man, I want to tell you, you inspire me as well, cause you always been dope to me, and for you to be doing a show like this that you're passionate about, is super rare, but it's real dope and it's much needed for our community. But man, the award was crazy. The award was crazy. They called me probably three weeks ago, and this was Remix Ideas and Black Founders Summit, man. And when they came out, they said, "Hey, we need you to speak on October the 27th. Just clear your schedule out for that, and we need you to speak on that." I looked at my schedule. I didn't have anything, and for those guys, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna clear it off." And so that I'm back to work. I'm back to grinding. So maybe a week before the 27th, they hit me and said, "Hey, we want to let you know you also getting an award." And I was like, wow, man, I was so choked up. And I didn't even know what the award was. That was crazy. I was choked up because I was just kind of asking God earlier that day, that I'm talking about literally 20 to 30 minutes before I got this call. Like, is my work in vain? I felt like, I work hard, and I wouldn't say I wanted recognition, but was my work in vain? And so they told me it was an award, and I went and posted it on Facebook. I didn't even know what the award was, and I just let everybody know that that's been rocking with me. Hey, we getting awarded for something. So maybe a day or two afterwards, they called me back and say, "Hey, by the way, it's Entrepreneur of the Year." And man, when you say I was like a big baby, I cried so tough that I couldn't even talk to the committee.
Right.
Like, I'm like
Right.
drenched in tears,
Right.
and you just never know, what, like I said, what people going through. And I know when I first started my company, it was tears of joy, of course, but when I first started my company, man, it was a process, and I did it because I was in a place of pain.
Right.
I was going through some personal stuff,
Right.
and it was very heavy on me. I didn't know what I was gonna do with life. I don't know,
Right.
what life was gonna bring, and you know what I'm saying. I wanted to give up. I want to throw in the towel, and I said, man, I'm gonna take all of this and pour it into my company.
Right.
So to see it full circle come back around, and somebody recognize me and my company and the hard work that's been displayed, man, it was a blessing. It was an honor. I had to call them back an hour later,
Right.
maybe even 2 hours later, to let them know, hey, I apologize. I got choked up. Now,
Right.
what were you saying again? Because
Right.
it's like I didn't hear anything they were saying. I
Right.
was so, just taken by that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Now before I just get more into the award or the award show,
Hmm.
let me put something into proper perspective for you. And just to let you know how amazing this is and what you think about. Right now, even everybody on this big mission to start a business or be an entrepreneur, right? But even when people are saying that, that's almost such a dream that's far fetched, and even it coming into fruition and actually working
Yeah.
is even more hard to do. You know what I'm saying? It gets harder and harder to do. So to actually become a business and an entrepreneur, and not only that, but within the time period that he started to now get the Entrepreneur of the Year. So the people just stepping into entrepreneurship is like almost a 1 in a million, and then it being successful is even harder to do. Now you're entrepreneur of the year,
Yeah.
and all this happened fast. Now what what was that ceremony like? Just the presentation. Now who presented you this award, and how was that ceremony?
The ceremony was so powerful because anytime for me, I'm a student of the game, and I get high off business. I mean, I literally get high off business, like talking about business. Anybody that knows me, if we talking about business, I can talk 3 days nonstop about business. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of powerful business owners. Miss Beverly Morrow, she spoke, and she's a franchise owner of like three different McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And she's a woman of color. You know, and just to hear her story and testimonies about business was dope. But my good friend Benito, he's over Remix Ideas, uh, and he's also on the Black Founders Summit committee. He presented me, man, and like I said, it was to me. I'm gonna say it was life changing because my dad got to share that moment with me. My son got to share that moment with me. If you go back and look at the actual ceremony, I had my dad holding my camera going live, and you couldn't hear anything they were saying because he done broke out in tears.
Right.
He
Right.
crying.
Right.
They also surprised me, man, and awarded my company $10,000. Uh, just to help further the company
Right.
um, with the award, man. So I mean, like I had told somebody previously that, man, I don't care if they gave me a pencil.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just to see that
It-
award, like I'm saying, that
it-
award is dope. And
exactly, man. But when they came with this award, man, all I could do was thank God and just thank the committee, man. It was a dope experience. It was so many people, minorities in there, man, on a mission, and all of us have different missions. You know what I'm saying? But you had real estate owners there. You had, like I said, franchise owners there. We had the great mayor of El Dorado. She was there. So you can go on and on and on. But it was a lot of powerful people uh, in the room. So I love to take those moments to network with different people and just pick their brain on, because I don't know it all. Every day, that's the thing I love about my company. Every day I wake up, I learn something new about business, and I try to take that and apply it to whatever I'm doing, whether it's good or bad. I try to apply it.
yeah, and I like that now. In getting that award, just because I just like we like to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Do you know who you were up against in getting that award?
I have no idea on anything. Like I said, they called me and told me, hey, I was gonna speak, and it went from I'm gonna speak to, hey, you're getting the award, and to maybe 3 days before the award, um, hey, by the way, it's Entrepreneur of the Year, and I was so just shocked about everything, man. I'm trying to figure out, hey, can I hold it together once I get on stage? And they did it a Zoom. They did a Zoom. So I was trying to figure out, could I bring people, and
Right.
due to COVID,
Right.
I can only bring two people.
Right.
So of course my son, which he's the president of the company, and my dad.
Right.
All our name is Keith Tucker.
Right.
It's three generations of Keith Tuckers. And it was just a dope moment. It's a dope feeling, and something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my
Man.
life.
Now, this is what I want to say. I'm glad that you said what you said. Now, up there on the screen, for anybody that's watching through any of our streams, the Real Underground page or whatever, they see the picture I'm talking about. This picture
Yeah.
is from the photo shoot, and it's you, your dad, and your son.
Yeah.
Now, for the people from our community or whatever, I want you to talk about this, but you also know what I'm talking about. And the reason why this picture is dope after you've done what you've done is because coming from where we come from, there's a lot of disconnects and reasons for a disconnects. And then on top of those disconnects, sometimes it's hard for the people involved to figure that out and then still end up having everyone in their lives.
Yeah.
So your situation is kind of like mine to where I had disconnect from my dad, like, and it don't always have to be the super negative stuff what
Yeah,
people
no
mean,
doubt.
but for different situations,
Yes.
I had to disconnect. But
Yeah.
then I had my child. But then when I got grown, me and my dad were able to just be right back there. So now I have my dad and my son
Man,
with my
it's
dad.
beautiful.
So what was that experience like after? Because you come from the same thing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
now be able to share that moment and your dad being in tears, proud of you with your
Man.
son right there, and all of y'all involved in that, and that's you doing that, man. How did that feel?
Man, it feels so great, man, and I haven't told this. You know, I've done a lot of interviews, and I've never said this, man, but I tell my daddy this all the time, and I told my dad, man, you saved my life. You saved my life. Um, at the age of 13, man, you know we stayed in the heart of Banging in Little Rock. I haven't told anybody this, man. My house got shot up. I was in the living room as the house got shot up. 9 bullets came through my house as I laid on that floor that day. I had no idea. I was 12 or 13 years old, and my dad, you know, he took it and manned up and said, "Hey, son, I'm finna take you out of that environment."
Right,
And he moved me in with him and my
right.
stepmom at that time, and just for that moment, I'm forever grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, I'm talking about,
Yeah.
you know, it was really rough where we didn't know if we was gonna make it to the
Right.
bus stop.
Eh,
We don't know if
okay.
we was gonna make it
Man.
off the bus stop.
Right.
You know, so that's the reason why people don't understand, you know,
Yeah.
my real pain and my story. It'll be out in my
Now,
documentary.
now watch this. Now that you say that, that
Yeah.
same house
Yeah,
over there that you talking about, and
Yes,
that
sir.
story, this was crazy.
yeah,
In 7th grade, I used to catch the bus right there by the cemetery. Like I would have to walk past the church. I forget
St. Peter's Rock.
St. Peter's Rock.
Yeah.
From the back of it, I would walk
Mhm.
past, and then on the next block right there is where I used to get on the bus stop. But I used to cut across St. Peter's Rock almost every morning
Yeah.
and walk by their house
Yes.
to holler at him or just go
Yes.
that way. So there's one particular morning I'm on my way to the bus stop, and I'm about to walk over there like I always do, but for some reason I choose to keep going.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking down. It's like a little pipe in this ditch right there. I'm looking at the pipe. Something tell me pick it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't pick it up. I keep on walking.
Yeah.
Right when I get to the bus stop, a guy come from around, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, this is when the starters first came out here,
Yeah.
the Raider starter.
Yeah.
Give me a starter coat. You know,
Yes.
I'm finna go through that. You know, we
Yes.
can't just do that. So we finna have to
Exactly.
fight, but then he pulled a gun on me.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting, you know what I'm saying, robbed for my starter coat. And it was crazy that just the environment he talking about, I was on my way.
Yeah.
I used to walk over there to their house every morning instead of going to the bus stop behind St. Peter's Rock.
Yeah.
But that was you know, that story turned out okay.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
but
yeah.
That's just crazy coming from that environment. So
Mhm.
it just to see him doing that, and he got his son involved,
Yeah.
and his son is now going into ownership and entrepreneurship, and you getting to do it at an earlier age. So you got a head start on life to where you don't have to go through a lot of the difficulties that we had to do. But what I've noticed is, and I'm about to ask you this indirectly,
Mhm.
because we placed ourselves in a position to where our children didn't have to go through the things that we did, and a lot of that stuff it shaped us.
Yeah.
It made us who we are.
Yes.
Now, indirectly keeping them away from it,
Mm-hmm.
they don't always have that which we are built with.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes giving them things or just doing things in the way we should to so they could have things, it softens them a little bit, or it makes them a little privileged or whatever. And it don't mean to the worst degree, but you see it. They take some things for granted or whatever. How do you try to, because now we don't want the kids to go through the things we went through
Yeah.
to toughen us.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't need you falling off the
Definitely.
house to toughen your
Exactly.
bones like we was
Yeah.
doing and all of that, you
Yeah.
know. But you want them to have what that stuff ended up giving us.
Yeah.
If you see what I'm saying. How are you able to bring Lakeith along and then put those things in him that he didn't have to go through. You didn't have to come get him from this house and say we getting out this
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
But how do you instill those things to him?
It's with him. He's a great kid. He's a 3.7 student, all AP classes. My thing with him more so is with this generation here, even though our generation was tough, this generation right here is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So my thing, I try to teach him that this ain't cool. And the great thing about it is I do have a business where I can show him, hey, we can make legal money doing this.
Right.
He's been in the room and seen me count 20,000.
Right.
He's been in the room and seen me count 30,000 by hand. And I tell him, hey, this is legal money. You see what I'm saying? We're doing this legal. You don't have to go out and do this. And if you want it, because I'm not going to force anything on him. Even, although on paper he is my president, but if you want it, it's set up for you.
Right.
And right now I'm the test dummy for me and a lot of different corporations to come, because I give away a lot of knowledge. But, I come out there and I'm learning things. I'm bumping my head.
Right.
And I know, hey, I can't do this anymore and I can do this. But my whole thing is, don't get too involved with these new age rappers and this music. Because
Right.
just my opinion, the music is just so crazy that it has these kids. But at the same time, I listen to the music so I can tap in and maybe relate to what they're trying to say.
So
you see what I'm
can
saying?
teach-
So
yeah.
I can have conversations
Yeah.
with him about it.
Yeah.
But overall, I know he's a great kid. I know, he knows right from wrong. Is he a kid and does he make mistakes? Of course. But all in all, I try to be an example that he can look up to and say, hey, we can get it out the mud. Daddy made this.
Right.
I seen Daddy pull this stuff out the trunk, because when I first started, man, I was out the trunk with it, man. I was at every barbershop. I was at every picnic. I was at every kickball game. I don't care if it was people there. I was there trying to push my product. And just consistency and the good Lord got me to to these grocery stores and restaurants that I'm in today, and I'm forever grateful about it.
Now, this is my mind thinks different.
Yeah.
Especially when I start talking about things of the world. We got your daddy. I know daddy got to work. But I'm gonna get him out of here in enough time. But I gotta drive these points home, because this is the platform, and I gotta use my platform for certain stuff. And now this picture is up again.
Yeah.
You, your dad, and your son.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to put out there and let people know, when I'm thinking like this, I take the monetary success out of like a business, this whole aura of, oh, you got a business, like you cool, you da 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 da, all of that away. When you look at this picture, what I want to drive home is that you see the 3 generations. We have that. That is normal. Whether because the energy in this picture has nothing to do with truth sauce or any of that, except that this what you see in the picture sparks this, especially when we start to shed more light on it. So the energy goes back there. Because I can take a picture like this with me, my dad, and my son.
Exactly.
I'm setting this up for him to do that, but me and my we share that. But it's him being in my life, me being in my child's life, and that's nothing. That's normal. It's not nothing we have to say like my dad and my life. That's what life is, and we have that. And I want to just take note of that. That's 3 generations of Keiths. You know.
But me and you also know that we've dealt with challenges, you know, from parents. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't, you know, just out of respect of family, I haven't really dove into that. I do have a book and a documentary where I am. I've got permission to do that, but until that time, I'm gone. But you know, just as a
we
black,
know all the things.
Just as a black race and a black culture, we have to endure a lot of things, man. And you gotta have a spirit. This is my opinion. You gotta have a spirit of forgiveness. Not forgiveness. But forgiveness.
But this is why, and that is very true. And this is why I say this is dope. Only looking at this picture from now, I know everything back here. But a lot of what we had to deal with, and this picture is making it through. Was not. It was planned failures to the figuring out how to pick yourself up from these failures created a lot of what we can say we won't forget but forgive. But now at this point, now things can come around to where we all just get to start from now, because we all went through. That's why I said it was a lot of reasons for those disconnects, and we know if we get to talking more like this, but we know what things came into, because watch this. The same neighborhoods we used to walk around before, they were like what me and you said they were like. They were the total opposite. So then something happened that made it that way. I know what that is. I don't talk about that here, but that's what I'm saying. Even through all of that and those disconnects, we stand here today, 3 strong, 3 generations strong. Me, my dad, and my son, you, your dad, and your son. And when we see this picture, that's all we need to see, that even whatever the roughness is, this is what we are full of. This is what our DNA is full of. Us successful dads, the Ball brothers, and these guys, we need that. And this is so. Whatever happened, just displaying your father like that sends out an energy that strengthens us all. You know, whether that's motivation for the next. You man, look. You don't know how many people, even older gentlemen, may even look at that picture, and that may motivate them, because that's a dope picture. You want to be in there with your son and everything in harmony. So you're fixing lives all the way around. Like, bro, now you have that sort of anointing to where you can do that. You can overcome all of the negative and bring it all back around, because what better way and what feeling of happiness to share with this line of Tuckers. So now my name, any one of us, when we go before us, the name now that still connects us, it stands before us, and we all gonna represent it well. Keith Tucker. Are you Keith Tucker? Nah, that's my son. Either way, it's like, cool. Oh, that's I met the father of the guy to do
and
true stuff.
It's a dope feeling, man, because like coming up, you know, with my daddy being a popular band member or whatever, you know, I got a lot of, hey, I know your dad's. So now he tells me anywhere he goes, someone is telling him, hey, man, is that your son? Or, you know, and it's a dope feeling, man, because, man, Lord knows I have my share of mistakes coming up. You know, I you know, and I still do today, but like I was just doing, you know, even when after he came and got me, I still continue, just because man, it was I wasn't mature mentally, and the environment and the culture that I came from, it was all about survival. So we did what we had to do to survive and make it to the next day. I'm forever grateful for my dad, man. He's played a big role in my life. He'll forever play that role in my life. If I call him for anything, he gonna listen. He gonna
Right.
tell me and sometimes he knows when, Dad, I don't need you to say anything. I don't need you
Right.
to be daddy right now.
Right.
I don't need you to come back and give me a sermon. Let me just get this off my chest.
Right.
And he know when I'm cranky, man, because people don't understand, man, this business, it has its ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I was so, excited about this award, man, because, man, out of 7 days, sometimes 3 of those days, I feel like, hey, man, I just don't want to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm being serious.
Right.
People don't tell you about the raw,
Is it everyday grind?
the raw ends of
Yeah.
it and the expenses of
Right.
running the business.
Right.
And they say, like, even I heard the great Beverly Monroe, she's a franchise owner of over 3 McDonald's right here in Arkansas. Black lady, man. She said she didn't start making money the year 3.
Right.
So you think 3 years of business and you really not you really not making money. I stepped out on faith.
Right.
And I left a job for the state. I was working for the state for over 10 years for a 1K plan, dentist plan, good life insurance. I gave all that up and I bet on myself.
Right.
I bet on myself, man, and I feel like I'm winning right now.
Yeah,
I really do. I
that's
feel
what's
like
up.
I'm winning right now, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like that for you, man. How much time do you have?
Man, we good. Let's talk.
Okay.
You got me talking now. We good.
Because what I want to do is I want to talk some sports and
Yeah.
get ready to get my some of my pops can get out
Yeah.
of here and we're gonna talk and then once he go if you got a little more time
Yeah,
we
good.
can end with you.
Yeah,
We're
good.
gonna get into some sports. He finally got in the NBA a little something to cheer about. It don't mean they ain't doing them, but you got some hope. They resuscitating him. He a Houston Rockets fan, so I'm gonna go in the wide, but they resuscitating him, and
got
he's
some
doing
young
that.
bucks over
But
there right now.
and that's why it happened. But before we go into that, we're gonna segue, and I want to segue with something you asked me too, and
Yeah, let's
want
play that
everybody-
True South
yeah, because I
song.
want everybody, man, to go
Hey, and
out
if you
there
ain't
like,
got the True South song right now,
Yeah.
it's streaming on all major
that's why
platforms.
we playing it.
Go pick it up right now. 99 cents, Spotify, anywhere. It's a perfect jingle and perfect song to start your holidays off.
Yes, sir. We finna get into that here right now before we transition topics. But this is the Real Underground Sports, Real Underground Radio Station app. One more time. We're gonna run that back one more time
Yes,
too.
sir.
And while we doing that, man, tell them where they can go and get that, man.
Hey, if you haven't got that Truth Sauce, right now go to any Edwards Food Giants, any Edwards Cash Savers in the state. Go to any Value Foods in the state. Go to Boss's Chicken. Go to Rock City Kitchen. Go to Stratton's Market. Go to Uncle T's. Go to Curve Market. Go to the filling station. Go to the kitchen store and more. It's in over 60 locations right now, man. God is awesome. You guys, it wouldn't be possible without you guys' support. And go show up and show out for these holidays, man. I need you guys. If the product doesn't move, they're taking it off shelves, period. And so keep going out and supporting me, man. And tell a friend and tell another friend and tell another friend. We need that true sauce today.
Yeah, man, that's true sauce, boy. And look, it's true sauce, but it's more than sauce.
Oh, yes, sir.
And we go get into that. There's a lot more than sauce. And got started, and then it's just going and going and going. I like that, man. It's the Real Underground Sports, man, on the Real Underground radio station, realunderground.com. We live on YouTube, man. Right now, go out and download that app. The app is doing so much. I want to announce too, and I'm about to start doing more. We have the Real Underground Sports on the app. We got a separate page for us. So, and the content that's gonna start being on the Real Underground Sports page on the app. All types of stuff. If you got videos of your kids, it's going to be live streams, the Little League games. You're going to be able to come and get the Real Underground Sports there. So we're going to start putting content there. But we got so much on that app, and the app is doing so much. Plus, that app allows us to be able to get back and put dope people in front of y'all like Keith and True Sauce and all of that, and just try to be a medium for people trying to make it the underground scene, of rap business, any of that stuff. So we've been blessed to be that medium. So go out there, man, and support the app, the Real Underground radio station app. You got to download that app. If you don't have it, man, I don't really know what you're doing, man. We got so much live stuff and so many dope things on there. As you see up on the screen, if you want to advertise with us on any of the live shows, you can advertise here. Putting your business in front of people is that just makes sense for business. And we got it to where now, man, we got hundreds of thousands of people. So why not put your business in front of them? Advertise here on the Real Underground radio station with us. You see it there. You can display, man, we can do anything. We can put any of the stuff on here. We advertise in any ways, man. We got commercials. We got all types of ways to advertise your business here with us. And also for the show, man, if you want to donate, help the show, because show always need donations. You see the Cash App on the screen. Real Underground. We want to share a video. I might have to go into that in just a second and see what that's about. But it's a new video, and I'm going to decline it now because it put it on the screen. But I wanted to show y'all that video bad, man. We're going to have to get to that. That's some other stuff. But you see, you want to donate, man, and help the show. Help, that's all we can do. You see the Cash App right there. Right now, we about to get into some sports, man. My guy, Keith Tucker, is a sports guy. Got my dad in here. He also is a sports guy. And I think what I'm finna do is I'm gonna try to get y'all on the same camera so we all can be on camera, because one of them dead. This is the Real Underground Sports, so it's Real Underground.
Yes,
but Dad, if you can come this way some and bring your mics with you. Yeah, nah, you ain't got nah. If you move,
good?
yeah,
Okay.
that way. All right, so I got both of y'all in there. That's all I wanted to do.
We good now?
Be able to, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we got y'all in there. First off, what I want to talk about and what I want to get into, because this is always, it's like that elephant in the room this year, and everybody's talking about it. Hold on, y'all. What I'm doing, I told you, Keith, man, I be doing, just to let y'all know at home, man, I be working so many things at one time that sometimes you got to bear with me, as all it'll take is for me to mess up one time. And that's why where my son come in, you got a job first before we pass anything over to you. But we all on screen. But what elephant in the room, the Los Angeles Lakers. We about to talk about these Lakers. Daddy, what now? This is what I'm gonna say, because I'm one of these people. I don't talk sports from hearing one-liners and all of that stuff that they do all day, every day on the sports shows and all that. And I know this is a quote unquote sports show, but I'm different. Now, I ain't gonna get into Westbrook, but I'm just gonna talk about what I think about the Lakers. What y'all think about the team now? Before we done let people start saying, man, Westbrook doing this, Westbrook doing that. Just what you think, Dad, about the Lakers? What they was just any of your thoughts, just what you think about them right now.
I think it's going to take time for all those players to gel. Just like youngsters, these old guys got to gel. You know, they all superstars in their own way. It's going to take time for them to gel. And, you know, one-on-one, either one of them could play and score some points. But you playing team ball, it's going to take a few minutes for them to gel. They're not out of it yet.
I don't know.
You saying that all it is you think that it's gonna take time for that just the team, just think it's gonna take time for them to gel, and that's all it is. How much time do you give them before you start to panic on that?
Well, now that's a good question there, because you got some players on there that they have to have their time, they have to have the floor for themselves, and it's not going to gel overnight. So,
Yeah.
I'm a diehard Laker fan, man. So I've been through the ups, the downs. Before, I'm not one of these bandwagon fans. I stay with my team. I stick with my team through thick and thin, man. I've been, ever since my aunt put me on the Kareem and the Magic back in the day. Everybody.
So
used to,
you talking about
Oh,
old
man,
school
come
Lakers
on.
like
I'm
you?
old
you
school,
that,
old
so
head, man. I fell in love with Magic Johnson
Yeah.
back in the day, man. But it's with anything new. It's gonna take time.
I've been a Laker fan since back then too, and it's gone. Now, okay, we always say this, so and I try to talk about sports to the in depth, but people always say it's going to take time, meaning that if we just simply say it's gonna take time, that would mean that if we just keep doing things the way we are, just simply over time, keep doing stuff the way we are, simply over time is gonna yield us different results. So y'all don't think nothing only time is gonna fix it, or what do you mean by it's gonna take some time for what to happen? Like what in particular to happen are we saying?
I'm seeing one problem with the Lakers: point guard. Now you got a point forward that's running the team. Every successful team has a true point guard on there that's running that team. The Lakers have a point forward trying to run the team, and it's gonna clash.
Who is the point forward trying to run the
LeBron
team?
James.
What you mean? You need a point point forward. Teams ran by point forwards have always been some of the
Magic
best teams
Johnson
out
was a
there.
true
He
point guard.
was a point forward
He was
too.
a true point guard.
He a point forward by the size and all of
By
that.
size, by
Penny
size,
Hardaway,
he still had
LeBron. When LeBron running the point, they okay. So if we talking about point, so hold on. So what you telling me is the problem is the point forward. So where was that problem at when the point forward wasn't playing? And so you've been so it seemed like when he's playing, somebody doing better.
They had problems still with the guard, the point guards. They had problem with. That's why they keep switching them out. They haven't had a true point guard there since what?
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher.
Since
that's
Fisher.
right. That was since Fisher.
But see, you didn't need, but it wasn't that Fisher was quote unquote a true point guard. It was just the way that that team was built, and Fisher's skill set, and you passed it to Kobe. Like you didn't, your guard in that offense with Kobe and Shaq, your point guard didn't need to be a lead guard to where they creating out the dribble like Kyrie and all that. So he wasn't that that's what LeBron is, a high level facilitator. That's why they won the championship. So him being at the point isn't the problem.
I understand where Pop's coming from, and what he's trying to convey, but the big thing in the room is to me, and like I said, I'm a diehard fan. It's the coaching. I mean,
That's a good one.
Frank Vogel. If you go back and look at the history of Frank Vogel and his coaching, to me, we snuck in on the championship. That year, with that, he didn't really have to coach.
He didn't have to coach.
I'm saying?
He had a team that really could coach themselves.
Exactly,
and all he had to do was fill a spot.
Exactly. So, but when you bring all these type of players in,
How you gonna coach?
right now? You need a real coach also
That's right.
that can relate to these type players, man. You got a lot of big egos on there. You got Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, Bron, Rondo. A lot of these guys have been the man,
Right.
at their particular spot. So for them to jail, of course they're gonna have to do it as a team. But what is the coach gonna provide?
That's a good one.
Man, so
Come on
y'all
now.
really
Come on,
gonna
what is the
y'all
coach gonna
y'all
provide, man?
So okay, so now with what's going on with like what they need to gel with in Westbrook and all of that, then what could the coach do? What part could the coach play? Like you saying now, Frank Vogel, you got to do X, Y, and Z. What does he have to do?
Well, for one, we don't even have a true system.
Now, but now watch this though. First, let me back up what y'all said. Y'all first started off by saying that with the championship team, Vogel just had a team full of players that could basically play. You didn't really have to do no coaching, right? He got that better with this team. Like the individual players are better, but now it's something that he has to do. So, but what as a coach could Vogel do? Like what is his like? I don't see his particular coaching or what a coaching is supposed to do for a game. That's the problem. So what could he do? What game? What you mean?
He don't have a true game plan to lay out. Just
Like
in
what?
case if he had to take over, just if LeBron has to go out of the game, what is his game plan from that point on?
What do you mean? What is his game plan?
Well, come on now.
You can see it. You can see it.
So
You
so
don't-
okay,
what
all
you
right.
gonna do?
This is
How
all right.
you
Now
go
watch
by
this.
using-
Y'all think that he is a mind to where he absolutely positively has no game. Now, we ain't coaches. The game plan the basketball is the game plan the score. Now, we can watch a game and look at certain players on the team and certain mismatches and all that and know what we need to do.
This is the
the guy is not he's not that.
Man, if you go back and look at all of the great teams,
defense.
and it's defense. What is it? Defense and style of play.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of style. You look at Vogel. You look back at his teams. What was their style of play? You go look at Golden State right now. You know they style of play.
What was
you look
what
at,
was his team's style of play when they won the championship?
we was in a. It was defense. Defense won that.
Defense won that.
That was his
Defense
style of
won
play
that.
was defense.
No,
Yeah,
he come
that
in.
defense
So he not the same
He
coach
come
that was
in.
coaching that defense. Is he telling
He
them
come
not to
into
play
a program
defense
that
now?
was already set.
Yeah.
They were destined
They
to
were
win the
set
championship
when
at
he
that time.
came in.
When he come in, all he had to do was
They
just
weren't set. How were they set and destined to win the championship? And they got the same players and better now.
no.
They
don't have the
weren't.
same
Set.
players.
They had to get
don't have
AD
the
over
same
there
players.
and all of that. They weren't set.
They got two players on the team right now.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Right.
Now you got some other players come in there that have been solid players along the way, along their career, but to get in there for this first year and for all them to gel together, LeBron and Carmelo Anthony have been trying to get together for years after they come
Right.
in the league together. They've been trying to get together for years. Now they finally got a chance on their last leg. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now you said point guard though. So, you saying LeBron being the point guard is the problem, but what about the actual point guards on the team? When do they?
When play? When LeBron got
Yeah, they play
LeBron for the
point
game?
guards. Like how has that been working? And
Uh,
they've been playing a lot of point guard because LeBron didn't play in a couple of games and different stuff like that. So when he's been playing point
Who was
guard,
the
they
point
look better.
guard when LeBron was with Cleveland?
Who was the point guard?
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving.
Who was the point guard when he played with Miami?
Mario Chalmers. But he was.
Well,
He
wait a
now
minute,
see,
wait a minute.
and now you saying now watch this though, because I answered
about
those
Dwayne
questions because I
Wade?
know what you was gonna say. But LeBron, those are the point guard by technical names that I just named. But LeBron always plays the way he does now.
Yeah.
So what's the difference now? You still do you know what the difference is? The Mario Chalmers, Kyrie Irving, those guys like that, they understand how to play basketball. The point guard that you got now understands how to go hard, and there's a big difference.
Westbrook?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the difference. He only know how to go hard. They know how to play basketball. So
if he'd have been with Westbrook in his early years, you'd have seen a good team.
Yeah.
Westbrook has been in the league for a long time now. himself.
I
those
get
last
that.
few
So you
games
get
when he started throwing the ball away.
Yeah.
The fact
man.
is his style of play just don't fit with the
No.
other guys that he's playing with.
I believe we over talking it right now because we still gonna be a 1 to 3 seed coming out the West. When it's all said and done, it's gonna take about a true 30 to 40 games for them to really for the light to come on. And see, my whole thing about that is shout out to my guy Benito, man, from Remix Ideas. We've been talking about you, Benito. But the whole thing about that is, man, is does Frank have the juice to make a big call also? What I mean by that is, what if we need really for Westbrook to go to the second unit and start Rondo?
Boy.
Huh?
Yeah. Cause see, you looking at, and then when y'all looking at these highlights,
give us a punch off the bench,
right?
and bring him in with Melo and all that in that group.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Rondo was never given
Now
his
I like Melo on the court with LeBron,
Y'all know-
and
y'all
he's
know-
finding them, and they know when to shoot it. Westbrook didn't know how to put people in positions, so I like what you saying too, but I don't think Westbrook coming off the bench would.
I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying if we needed that done,
Nah,
I don't think Frank
that
has
is-
the juice to do that.
You don't think he do?
No.
Because
That's the reason why
I
I wanted us to
believe,
go get Jason Kidd.
I believe now.
Somebody he can relate to the
Listen.
players in his age, man.
Who done had the juice to do that though? Why ain't nobody else?
Phil Jackson.
Why I said why haven't
somebody
anybody
like
else did
that.
it? But they didn't really do that either to a quote unquote superstar and make them come off the bench. But
But
that
they
is
didn't have a
exactly
team
what
stacked like
that's
that either,
exactly
though.
what needs to be done. What Westbrook needs to be able to do is be able to do what Lou Williams does.
Yeah.
When you come in, you're going to play the same amount of minutes,
Mm-hmm.
20, 28 to 31 minutes or something like that.
But see, that-
And when you
speaking-
come in, you get to come in and do what you do. But I'm saying that his game, he gotta tone his game down and slow it up. Because what they're starting to say about him is starting to become true. You just reckless and careless with the ball. And you see last night how they look different at the end of the game.
his mid range game is okay. 3-point line is
Streaky.
bad. It's streaky. He get on the streak.
Yeah,
he good.
yeah.
But if he get under pressure, that's whack.
Yeah.
So then facilitating now, you got to be able to hit all points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get your other players involved first before you start wrecking. Now, only somebody that can say that was really good at that was Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah.
Some guys like
Good
that,
at
man.
what? Playing like Westbrook, try to play without messing up stuff.
Yeah, like Allen Iverson. Or
Yeah.
What's his name? Isaiah Thomas. Some guys like that.
Yeah.
Man. They were true facilitators
Yeah.
of the game, and they got everybody involved. And when they did that, that mean they could. If you get your everything going right, then you can relax.
Yeah.
You can play the Westbrook. If you do that, he can play his game.
But he don't know how to do that. Is what I'm
Well,
saying.
this
Like
is
you
one
going.
thing This is one thing that he does have going for himself. That's why I say it's gonna be up to Frank to orchestrate this stuff. You see what I'm saying? if you go back and look at it, Westbrook is one of the first guys. I mean, one of the only guys to average a triple double. So he can get the ball
No,
off to
that's
you.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? He can
No,
get the
no,
ball
no,
off to
no.
you. And
Oh,
then another thing is he also wants to make it work with LeBron
I
because
get
he
that.
has that myth and that
I get
label on him that he's the man where it go wrong. So he got to.
But the
and
way
this is best chance to win one.
I now
hard
look,
player, man. He
I'm
plays
not,
it
I'm
hard.
not, I don't want to be on him like everybody else. But when y'all say that, when people say like, well, he averaged a triple double or whatnot. Sometimes okay, it's like it's this is what I look at when I say Westbrook averaged a triple double. If I'm in a passing offense in college like Texas Tech, well, we gonna throw the ball 65 times. It's a good chance that that quarterback is going to have way more yards than me when we're in the balance system over here and we throw the ball 50 times and run it the other 40. So okay, and I say that that's the same principle in when Westbrook is getting these triple doubles, I know that he's like creating and kicking it to somebody or whatever, but it's always one speed and that's the only aim. That's the only aim to where when that don't work, you mess up and don't pull out and try anything else. Even Kyrie is always on go. But at the moment, whatever he's trying to do is not finna work. Like if I can't beat you off the dribble with that first move or whatever, he will go ahead and pass the ball. He's not going to over dribble it till I lose it, or I'm gonna try to make the pass anyway, or that sort of stuff, and I got to keep doing that. He gonna have to stop doing that because that negates. That's like a quarterback throwing. I threw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, but in the same game I threw 4 interceptions, and we lost. That's what Westbrook those assists are. So that's what it's.
I get that, man, but that goes back to what I was telling you. It's gonna take some coaches. Look at the coaches that he's had, in his career, Scotty Brooks and all those guys just through that. Man, ain't nobody ever really held them accountable because they was all scared of them, man. So you gotta have.
So, but
somebody to keep you-
why didn't they have to do that with the others that they coached? If you talk about the
because
coaches
his
he
mentality is
had,
built different.
that's my point.
No, I get it.
As
I
a
get
man thinking, he's not, and he can't think in basketball terms nothing else. So it is not the coach or whatever.
It
is
coach
him.
play a part in it too.
How when
Coach
that,
play a
that
part in it.
listen.
Come on,
Look,
man, you
watch
know
this.
some-
I'm gonna
you
tell
know
y'all
Team.
something
It's
that's
the coach's team.
this something that I say, and it ain't really. This is why I say it ain't coaching too, but I say this all the time, and I tell people with all these ball players because I watch them faithfully from way back when. By the time these guys hit 12th grade, you go back and pull their video, they play exactly how you see them now as NBA players. So it ain't no coach he's ever ran into. This is what he is going. You know why he won't stop doing it? Because that's the way in which he get his success.
Let me say something now about coaching now. I always got to go to my Rockets and I got to go to other teams. Now this coach, D'Antoni, when D'Antoni is coaching, all the teams he coached, he played a style, and that certain style didn't get him nowhere. But if he continued to play it, he got a career out of that.
That's
coaching
Westbrook.
style.
That's what I'm.
And
That's what
the
y'all
same thing
talking about, and
Westbrook
that's
do
what
the
I'm
same
trying to
thing.
tell. And so coaching isn't going to fix it.
Well, I mean-
Okay, now watch this. This is the reason why
I'm
I
not
say.
just saying
Now
fix it
watch this
Westbrook.
with
I'm talking about the team itself.
I'm saying, but he is the problem to where we are saying that the team needs fixing. Now the same thing with D'Antoni to where I say it's something about the mentality and it ain't no fixing it. Now D'Antoni has all the access to all the great thinkers of the game in the NBA and all of that. Yet and still, he continuously only beats his head on the wall like that when they keep telling you not gonna work. It's gonna work in the regular season.
gonna work.
And would he ever change it? No. No matter
gonna change
the personnel that he ended up with, no matter the level of players, you gonna keep doing that. You even had Harden them, but it's like you gonna keep doing the same thing.
Look at it though. He transitioned the NBA.
Who
People,
transitioned
people,
the NBA?
people don't understand it.
Talking about D'Antoni
Dan
did.
Tony.
Yeah,
He had
he did that.
He transitioned the NBA, man, from a more slow, methodical game into
To
getting up
and down and scoring
shooting.
real fast.
But
Yeah.
going back to what you were saying earlier about the coaches, I'm gonna put it to you on a smaller level. I'm not gonna say a smaller level, but my son, and you know the school he go to, Mills University, with the head coach is Raymond Cooper. So a player may do X, Y, Z over here at that school, but when they come over there to Coop, they're not gonna do that same thing because it's the respect of that coach. They know I'm not gonna try this with Coop, and I'm talking about on the court. You know, on the court and off the court. So, man, the coach always gonna have something
That's
to
a
do.
different dynamic.
it ain't
Now
no
watch this.
different.
I'm gonna tell you why it is different. For one, that's a different dynamic where we're still dealing with the mindset of kid to grown up
Yeah, no
with
doubt.
nothing involved.
No, I get
So
that
they
from
get the
that
coach.
aspect,
They get
from
the
pro
coach.
to
They
that,
get the
yeah.
coach different. Plus, nothing away from none of the kids that's been through Mills and all of that. And because I love them kids to death.
Yeah.
None of them were Westbrook, Bobby Portis, like
Oh, no,
these
no, no doubt,
super
no
talents.
doubt, no
So
doubt.
there was never a push and pull to where the kid may get away with something. But I understand the firmness of Coach Cooper because it's good when he instilling them kids.
Exactly.
But I'm saying what we have right here in the situation we have, you can't display that coaching where Coop is still teaching these kids to be men, and that's where we at, the grown-ups to kids and all of that. There's no when you in the NBA, you got people that they paying their money, and he's making more money. You got this is where we all of these different things. You got your job, you Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
You know it's hard to be able to do certain stuff like that.
Oh, no doubt.
Now because now, mind you, what you initially said about fixing the Lakers, bro, that's or about fixing what's going on. I agree with that, but I'm
Which
trying to
was-
tell you which is what did you say you could do with him?
Oh yeah, bring in
That
Rondo off
that
the
is
bench.
exactly what
put
would be
Rondo in there.
yes. That's
Yeah.
what would happen. So, but we can't do that.
But
You
what
know, it's
this is what I'm going back to. If you go ask players one thing, you know what I'm saying? Players always respect coaches that's been in the game and then played the game. You see what I'm saying? So to take Rondo off there, they wouldn't even do that because they don't even respect Vogel enough. If you had maybe a Doc, you see what I'm saying? If you got a Doc or a Kerr, even you know what I'm saying? Because Kerr played, both of those guys played the game at a high level and have rings. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm hitting at right there.
whoa. If so,
I feel like he would
who
accept something
played
like
the
that.
game at a high level and did
Man,
that?
come on, man. Kerr to hit
He
those
got
shots,
rings
I don't
from dynasty players.
exactly,
And
but he
rings
still hit
with
some,
dynasty players.
he still
But he
hit
didn't
key
play at no
shots.
high.
I don't care if he was open or not.
I get you. He played high level for what he did in his role. But
yes,
yeah,
in
right.
his role,
Kerr
his
ain't
role,
a Kerr.
he
Listen,
hit big shots in big moments.
Kerr-
That's not easy to do, bro.
Kerr, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
You can go get Red Auerbach. You can go get Pat Riley.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get Farrakhan. You can go get everybody. Dude is going to play like that, and it's going to be up to
Well,
him
I
to
wasn't
just
even
stop.
talking about from his
Like
game
that.
standpoint.
I'm saying, but the coach to be able to coach it like you can't do nothing, and then by doing that, it's gonna be a problem. So the problem is gonna have to be, he gonna have to like, look, bro, like listen, because I'm gonna tell you what he's gonna have to come to the realization on. if you don't get it together right now
Yeah.
with this opportunity right here,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody gonna mess
Oh
with
no,
you, bro.
yeah,
They gonna
he's
write. They
gonna be,
finna write you
yeah,
off early,
exactly.
kind of like what Allen Iverson, kind of,
Yeah.
like what
I mean, he still can go get a job at one of the. I don't feel like for another contender. No,
okay. You see
I
what
don't
what
feel
Ben
that.
Simmons did to himself to where
Oh man,
he can't
killed
be
himself.
traded.
He killed himself.
So that's not by doing the same things he did, but by being only this, you're going to do the same thing.
Oh, no doubt.
If you refuse to stop, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because if you stop that, I think you get a bigger opportunity to end your career doing that like you wish to do
Yeah.
again, and somebody gonna be around you.
Mhm.
So that's what I think. If he would do that, you'd be able to go back and start on a team for your last couple years, and you can try to end your career doing that before you pass the torch on. But if not, like, bro, you're gonna be out the league, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just it is what
Well,
it is.
he hadn't been a headache though. He hadn't been a headache,
not,
but
not,
it's
not a headache.
yeah. I mean, LeBron won't allow that. He just right now is like I told you earlier. He just trying to figure, not just only him, the whole team. They just trying to figure it out. I believe it's gonna take about 30 to 40 games.
Yeah, you got trying to
Uh,
figure it out.
30
and
to
you
40
got,
games.
But you also got, even in figuring out, like Kyrie and them had to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
KD with the Warriors had to figure it out.
Yeah.
But they still understood how they need to play while quote unquote figuring it out.
Oh, no doubt.
There's two
No
different
doubt.
things.
No doubt.
Figuring out is not bro, you can't play like that. That's not figuring it out.
Well,
that's his problem.
But see, you gotta accept the good with the bad.
What
when
good with
you
the
get
bad?
Rondo. I mean, not Rondo, but
No,
Westbrook.
you don't.
You don't
No,
have
you
to,
don't.
but you do. I mean, this
You don't
is
have
what
to
he
accept
is.
it.
On any given
No.
night, you know, with him, you're gonna have.
No.
He may give you 7 turnovers on any given night, but another given night he
don't
might
have
give
to.
you
He
24, 10,
You
and
don't
10.
right, but he don't have
That
to
come
give.
with it.
No, it don't. He don't have to do that. The reason why Westbrook is high turnover, high volume, because he has to grind, no matter what. So
I
he
get
doesn't
that.
have to do that.
He
like
doesn't have to do it, man.
That's
We all
not
know
even a
that,
part of
man,
his
but
game either. Like, listen,
He's always been
no, it ain't.
one
Okay,
speed,
This
bro.
is what I ain't really talking about. If you go one speed 12 times as opposed to 42 times,
Mm.
and you pick when you go
Yeah.
one speed wiser, then you don't have
no
the
doubt.
turnovers. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm like.
No,
You're
I
gonna
get
do.
what
You're gonna
saying.
do like you do this every play, regardless of if it's okay. It would be like watching a football game, and the offensive coordinator keep running run plays, though the defense done put all 11
Everybody
players
in the
on the
box.
line. Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
like, bro? You gonna keep running anyway. I know
Yeah.
that it may be some times where the line can block them,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be really rare. So more times than none, it's not gonna go your way. But if you do it in increments, bro, go hard in increments. You won't have to change, quote unquote, the way you play. You won't yield all them negative results because you doing it too many times. Like that's like with the law of averages. That's what like gambling or anything. You gonna hit, but
Oh yeah.
so I just think he now we've been having an exciting NBA, and I want to show a little love to some of the teams that have been surprising, or teams that you think like are up and coming or whatever. We're gonna do, and just to let you know too, we're gonna get out here at 7 or a little bit after. So we're gonna, we're about 20 minutes away.
Okay.
Who are some of the NBA teams or players? Not like you gotta like, man, now I'm a fan, but
no.
what teams?
Every man in the league. One thing about it, the NBA is in good hands, long as they don't mess it up. And what I mean by that is, the players and the Players Association and the league itself. You know what I'm saying? But it's so much rising talent out there, and so much more talent, that's coming, man. Because basketball, man, is at an all time high right now. I like Ja Morant. I like Ja Game. I hadn't really watched them this year, man. I've been working so hard. I hadn't really even got to watch too much, but I like Ja. You know what I'm saying? I like the kid from Houston. He's nice. I like him. Uh,
I'm gonna give you yeah, we gonna talk about I hate that my pops had to go, but as far as the kid from Houston, I'm gonna try to
what's his name? Is it Mackey?
Jalen Green.
Green, yeah,
Jalen
Green.
Green, and I'm gonna try to fit him in and talk about because he pretty dope. Now I've been liking. We got these two teams, the Bulls and Knicks, man. We got them up.
Oh
on
yeah, the
screen.
Bulls exciting right now.
Yeah, with
Bulls exciting right
Lonzo
now.
Ball. You
Yeah.
got Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan,
Mm-hmm.
and Vucevic. Now, it's crazy that those are three players, and this is what I say. Just it ain't about it was KD, Clay, and Steph. It's about by default. It just so happens that their games don't do the same thing to where they all can play at that high level and they don't clash.
Exactly.
All three of these guys were guys that people said didn't have much going, or their ceiling is low, or they this or they that. But now that you put them together, I'm talking about Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't do the same things.
Exactly.
So you don't have to count on them to do other stuff, and it's gelling brilliantly.
And then it's about the timing too. And they're in the Eastern Conference.
Right.
So they're gonna finish off at least a top 4 to 5 seed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and you look at and the thing about it, all of them are unselfish.
Yeah.
Ball is very unselfish. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He always a pass first. You got Levine, he like to finish. So you put a
Yep.
passer that likes to finish, and then you got a habitual scorer in DeRozan. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He likes to get and he can score on multiple levels.
Right.
And Ball don't really want to give it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's been trying to score
That's
a little bit
see,
more.
that's
of
what
late,
I
but
thought
that
about.
go back
them.
to your dad. He a true point guard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
And well, not and see, I don't like even saying that, man. What I do,
what true point guard?
or yeah, true,
Well,
whatever.
what
What
pass
this,
first
and
point
not
guard,
even
man.
past first point guard. I just look at people how they are, how they play basketball.
No doubt.
So this is the way he played basketball. So all you have to do is put him on the court with people that need people that play basketball like that. So like this is why I think that mentally they work together. Okay, Lonzo Ball likes to run an offense, and he thinks it's cool to get everybody set up, and here and there I'm gonna hit y'all with my jumpers and all of that. So I don't need to be in a situation where you need me to do more than that. I'm gonna be happy doing this. DeMar DeRozan, I want to be able to get buckets without being looked at as the person that's supposed to get us buckets and all of that. I want to just be able to do it,
Yeah.
quietly, so I can't be the face of anything.
Yeah. And that's
Zach
been always
LaVine
him.
can be the face, but he was like, I can do that, but I need somebody that can score with me, and then somebody that can give me the ball, which Lonzo doing. So they all work nicely together because they don't do the same things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think the Bulls are nice. And now the Knicks, they up and coming.
Yeah.
I think the Bulls are a little better than the Knicks.
Yeah, they're more exciting.
Bulls, and I think they're more
I think they're more exciting.
a better put together team than
yeah,
the Bulls.
Yeah.
So
they are.
you know, I mean, the Bulls are a better put together team than
It's
the
gonna
Knicks.
it's gonna depend on how Randall plays. Was he a 1-year wonder with that performance on last year? Can Rose stay healthy with the Knicks? Is he coming off the bench, or is he still
A little
starting?
bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Okay, so and then New York would be New York, man. I mean, I like to see the Knicks winning. Just from back in my day, I like Starks and Ewing and that group back in the day. Just because they would challenge the Bulls some, and You know, just the rivalries and the grittiness of the
Right.
game. You could see a fight in the time they played.
This is why, though, I think a team like the Bulls will be a sleeper over there, and this is why I think certain teams are really good, like Milwaukee or the
And the Heat,
old
too, though.
old San Antonio or the Heat. Heat is another example of what I'm
Yeah.
finna say. The reason why, especially and I know you're not just hounding the Knicks like they're gonna win something, but
Yeah.
the reason why I think if these two teams met in a playoff series, why the Bulls would beat the Knicks is because now the Bulls have a team just like Golden State
Oh,
or
yeah.
San Antonio to where we only play just the way we play, meaning that the way we're gonna play like this every single possession every time. Other because all of our players just naturally do things that fit with each other.
Yeah.
Other teams like the Knicks and stuff, in certain crunch times, you're gonna have to try to get certain players to try to then go into beast mode, like Randall or like that,
Yeah.
and that don't work more. You know, it fails more than it works. But if you got a team that Lonzo gonna bring it up and create, get over here to Levine, he gonna do his thing. DeMar DeRozan, when the rebound comes or something, you know he gonna shoot. Like they're going to only like Steph and Clay. Them Clay gonna stand over here and wait to splash you. Steph gonna be doing all this and may shoot it from back here, so your man can't come off, and then Steph will throw it to KD, and he'll do whatever till you throw it back.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're gonna do that every single time because that just so happened to be all Clay want to do is stand over there and,
Well, they-
and knock down jumpers.
They
you
got
know,
a nice little. They have a nice foundation where all of those cats they got are really, you know what I'm saying, not too old and hadn't really just, I would say, reached their prime. You know what I'm saying? DeRozan is probably the oldest one out of all of them, and he still may be what low
Yeah,
30s.
something like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. So they'll look good for a couple
You
years.
know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can add a couple of pieces and they really can grow that thing out. You know, with the Knicks, it always been the big sleeper has always been management. You know what I'm saying? And what they do
the
the
players
right
don't
thing
fit,
to
though.
get the players though.
They-
That's
they-
what I'm saying.
They players don't fit.
Yeah,
That's
and
how,
it
like-
happened to the Lakers for a while until
Now-
we got Jeannie in there, and she started making some real basketball decisions, man.
Now, but see, now that's a little different. I can judge the Knicks based on the Bulls franchise right now. These players aren't your typical A-listers that like, hey, we got to run out there and get only these players right here. They're not your typical A-listers like that. But what they are though, they fit. The Knicks players don't fit. They all got players that do the same thing or try to do like Barrett and Randall. Barrett have to overly do that left hand stuff. Like they don't have players that naturally fit. Like with Miami, you got Duncan Robinson that only want to catch it and shoot jump.
Shoot, yeah.
You got Jimmy Butler that only want to D up folks and then bust up people when they talking stuff.
Yeah.
You got Tyler Hero there. We want to let our little youngster be the dog, so go be the dog. So he know he can be the dog. Bam gonna do everything dirty with him and PJ Tucker and Kyle Lowry. Like I'm gonna point all y'all out to it. Do you see what I'm like?
Yeah.
Nobody's class. So and they're gonna do that every possession all the time because that's what we do. Now when like they say when the rubber need to hit the road, other teams gonna be trying to rely on this person now start going off of 45 and start going off of it. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
The Bucks play one way. Everybody do what they do.
But they have a style. You know what I'm saying? And that's their style.
That
and
is
that's
the
how they play.
style.
And that's
Everybody-
they've been successful with it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Only thing they need to do, to me, they need to add another scorer maybe to come off the bench.
The Bucks do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can- you
I don't
can
know
do
if
that.
I don't know if they who they
But
picked up.
but you have to
but
you
to
gotta
me,
be
that's what
not
they missing.
you gotta get the right type of score
Oh, yeah,
to
no
come off
doubt.
the bench, meaning that your score has to not your score has to be able to score like a dog, but not necessarily have that
You know who would be a
dog
good
like
pickup for
DeMar
them?
DeRozan.
You know who would be a good pickup for them?
Who?
And I know you're gonna think this is crazy.
Who?
Joe Johnson.
He too old.
Man,
The younger
Joe-
Joe, because you can't depend right now.
I'm talking
like,
about to come off the bench
now for,
and
he's
in
still too
playoff
much
games
older.
give you some minutes and some buckets.
That
Today, Joe can give you 16 easy right now.
listen,
Joe can get you
listen,
six.
bro.
This dude is in the best shape of his life still.
Right. And in the big three, are they playing full court?
No, they're not.
So
They're not.
listen
I'm
to
not,
me.
I'm not
So this is what
gauging
I'm
off the
saying.
big three.
Now you know, just like I know, that we both love us some Joe. He
No
already
doubt.
sold Joe. You
But
know
if
what I'm saying?
Melo
One of the
still-
greatest score. Here's the difference though. The way now Joe can score, I guess in a sense on some catch and shoots like Melo, but Melo more now is a just simple catch and shoot player who's still big enough to put in the post and he'll bang in the post. Joe done got like just older to the point to where running him up and down them the court like that is gonna be taken away from him and all of that. So
Bro,
they'll make
I
him a
get
liability
what
on
you
defense.
saying,
I
but
just-
still, if you get Joe Johnson today on a team like that,
How old is Joe?
Joe has to be about 38, somewhere up in there.
That's what I'm like.
38. But Melo is the same age, man. And to
I
me,
get it.
he done probably took
Yeah.
better care of his body. If
Than
he got
Melo.
a chance, he would be great for a team like the Bucks, coming off the bench, giving you some crucial
Yeah,
moments
he-
and some big shots. He can hit open shots right now any day of the week. The dude's still running full.
The more you say that, the more.
Man,
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna tell
telling
you
you,
now.
bro.
Let me. And I know that Joe will never hear this, but I want to tell you.
Joe is gonna hear this.
Listen.
Somebody
So,
tag
now
Joe
watch,
Johnson
now watch
right
this
now.
though. I'm gonna tell you the real reason that I'm
Tag Joe.
saying no for Joe is I like Joe so much I wouldn't want it to fail. But now watch this. Let me tell you the but.
Okay.
But yes, what you saying like he can do what Melo do. I not only think that he can do what Melo does, I also still think he can tap you with the dribble and not just catch and shoot, and he gonna pull up like
his handle has always been
Yeah.
better than Melo's.
yeah. Like
if you go back and look at him right now,
but I'm saying he still does it. Like he does
but
it.
see, this is what I'm telling you. We know in the playoffs, it ain't no up and down like that.
You just come
It's
down,
really
getting
about
buckets,
possessions.
and he can get.
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that'll be a good fit.
So I mean, you put that cat right
that'll
there.
be a good fit.
You know, give him some little linger minutes throughout the season just to keep him
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in shape.
Yeah.
And come playoff time, this dude can get in and get you buckets. And I don't know if he's blackballed in the NBA right now.
I've been trying to figure that out too. We got to figure that out.
I don't know what's going on. If the league looked at him and said, hey, man, this dude made too much money. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one, I want to say top 10 of all time in money getting in the NBA.
Joe Johnson.
Joe
one of the
Johnson
top
had
scorers,
some of the big. I'm talking about of getting money,
Yeah.
out the NBA.
He had some big contracts.
Yeah, he done had some of the biggest
He got
contracts.
some.
He's like top 10 of all time. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, man. But the dude has 0% body fat right now. And is still getting up and down. You know, he didn't open his own gym out there. I think it's the old what is that? Oh, Oak Grove or something they
Yeah.
said. And the dude is getting up and down, man. He's staying in shape, and he deserves a chance to play with somebody. Because
he
it's
should-
some,
that would be. We just like up on the screen.
Milwaukee would be
That would be perfect.
that would be a perfect fit for him. I said the
No,
Lakers.
Bobby.
Me personally, I would have took
Nah,
Joe over Carmelo. Me
nah,
personally, I would
nah.
have because Joe can
Nah,
pass
but see,
the
but
thing
that's
too.
a double thing. Like I understand that this is my boy, so I get that. But you right for Milwaukee, just to even give Middleton a rest with somebody who can see.
Exactly.
Now this is also when I started thinking about it. Now I just didn't want Joe to fail, but I like him. But
I
when
feel you.
my mind started really processing what's going on, now Joe really don't have to waste a lot of energy in the NBA. NBA does what he can do, and he can just with these jumpers and stuff. So he really not gonna have to take the kids out the dribble, but his handles are still he's always been the person that just taps the ball real low and will shake you out your shoes and then pull up. So that's all he had to do. But you know what, bro? Now that you said that, we gotta go on the mission to figure out
for real
why did they do that?
What's the deal, man?
What happened with them?
I know some people that deal with them like, on a heavy basis. And I'm going to get on that. You know what I'm saying? I know some people who really deal with Joe. I see him from time to time. But I know some people who really deal with him on a heavy basis, man. And, and the only reason why I say he can be productive on a playoff team is because most playoff teams have 1 to 2 to maybe even 3 guys that's going to command a double team. And if you can't tell me this dude can't sit back right now and hit open threes, that's been his career.
And he can do those situational moments like
and he will
if
give
it's like
you a
10,
game winner
10
still.
That's what I'm talking about. He real good at that. And he tall too, so he get his shot off.
The dude is 6'7", 6'8", man, still getting buckets.
I know. Now I'm finna get on my nerd stuff, but I'm telling you what I'm finna do over the next couple weeks. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find all the players in the NBA with the age, the years, and similar roles that I think that he is better than for different reasons or can still be. And again, like I said, I need to figure out what is it that happened to where
older cats still in the league getting like Udonis Haslem. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if he's still on their staff, but
Paul Millsap is
Millsap
is a player
Millsap
like that
is a good journeyman too.
Yeah, like Gerald Green, Jeff, them Green boys,
dude,
so that's what there's a lot of guys that I start thinking of. Trevor Ariza.
Come on,
and I like these guys, but that's Joe Johnson.
What I'm saying.
He can do what Trevor Ariza can do.
He can do.
But they used to
guys.
say that he didn't play defense though, so he was a liability.
Yeah.
But a lot of players don't play defense in that liability, but it's a scores league now.
It's
so
a
it's
scores league, and you got a guy that can score, and a guy that's been in shape. Then stayed in shape. I know Big Three not get up and down, but like I told you, in a playoff situation, you're going possession to possession, and you're basically playing half-court ball. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of ISO. The dude name is ISO Joe.
Yeah. They don't call him ISO Joe.
You still got Crawford in the league.
Yeah, well, I think he might be gone, but they're the same. That's what
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're
the same.
Dude, come on, man.
Get
this guy a contract.
And Joe's jumper is
it's a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Pure.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, you're right. Man, but it's Real Underground Sports on the Real Underground radio station app, realunderground.com. We're also live on all of the our streaming, whatever, man. We just all the way out there, man. I got my cousin in here, man. It's Keith Tucker.
Yes,
and
sir.
I really hardly ever say that because I don't, I don't want to put
say
he is on in like that. But it's dope. He's a dope person, man. True Sauce. Just won an award for Entrepreneur of the Year, and I think that just like that's to me is still bigger than what we can like my mind process stuff so complicated that we can't. It's hard for people to process that, but
man, I hadn't even gathered it all myself.
Here's a journey, bro. Here's a journey to go from that your motivation for somebody that can go from an idea to a total success, and we need to present you like that. I need for kids out there to see that anything. Yeah. So no matter what it is that you're doing as a child, man, it don't matter if you're trying to become a basketball player, you're trying to become a carpenter or whatever. You just seen that this guy just showed you that you can follow your dream and it'll work. Like it and you can become very successful and highly successful at it, like he has. But to go from starting out to being an entrepreneur, bro, like I love it. I love to see the happiness on your
Oh man, for real. I appreciate you. I want to stress this real quick, man. Uh, don't let your age define you either. You know, whether you're 12 or 13 or you're 50. You know what I'm saying? Don't let age define you and your goals and what you're trying to accomplish in life. Man, never, unless you're trying to get to the league and you're 60 or something like that. But when we're talking about business, never, you know what I'm saying? Never stop dreaming and dream big, man. Like if you always had an idea or, hey, I want to do this or I want to start this, man, just go do it. You know what I'm saying? It takes about $45 right now to go get you a business, LLC or N Corp. $45. That's your start right there. You know what I'm saying? Start there. Do you a little research, man, and then most of all, get active. Get active in the doing what you're trying to do. Because that's one thing I did. I got active. I knew how to market. Already it came from me coaching AAU over 10 years plus. Right. And what I would do, I would chop film down for my kids. I always had the games recorded. Right. I would chop the film down for them and make them highlight tapes. Right. So I took that and I said, when the pandemic hit and I couldn't coach anymore, I took all of that and started making videos for my company. Right. So I didn't even know God was preparing me before, you know what I'm saying? Before I even knew it. Dope. So, he was I was coaching the youth and just pouring out my summers and money for years upon years upon years, man, every summer. And I had a travel team where we traveled everywhere. We would rarely even play local unless we were warming up to go play somewhere else. Again, man, before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you for having me. I told you this the last time I was up here. You might have been the first one to ever give me a real interview, and you took my company serious then. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just blessed and thankful for the opportunities. Anytime you call me, I'm going to make sure I try to get up here and make it happen, man, because I feel you. I feel this show. The Real Underground, man, D-Dirt, you, and the whole, the whole crew, man. I've been rocking with you guys, and I'm forever grateful that y'all been rocking with me, man. True Sauce.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, bro. And I would love for people out there, man, like I say, come advertise, come interview with us. Man, it's totally affordable. And what what I've been telling people is that right now we're walking in such a blessing that doing that with us is affordable. Interview here is only $25, but with the blessings we have and the amount of people that's seeing your business and seeing the things that you do, hey, you can be Entrepreneur of the Year, man.
Yeah,
So
not this year though. 2022.
No, got you.
Yeah,
so
2022.
Get on out there and interview with us, man. But what I'm gonna do, bro, while we going out, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to. I'm gonna put you up on the screen.
Appreciate you, brother.
We gonna go out playing this True South song, but we're gonna play it long enough to where.
Before we get out, man, I want to say it one more time.
I want to do that over the.
Okay. Okay. Great.
And then when it run out, finish it out.
Yes, sir.
Put the award right there in front of you so they see it. But that's what we gonna do. Start talking through the song. We gonna run it that way, man. That True South song. Actually, bro, I'm gonna play it.
Yes, sir.
Twice.
Make sure we get out to all the Elvis Food Giants, all the Value Foods, man. Drug Emporium, K-Hall, Uncle T's, Boss's Chicken, Rock City, Kitchen, man, Certified Pies. Hit all those spots. Stratton's Market, the Curve Market, the Filling Station, Whitehall, the Joey's Fresh Market out there in Whitehall, man. What's that? Wing Shack 3 out in Pine Bluff, man. Y'all go support True Sauce. We're all over the state. And it's waiting on you, man. Happy holidays. Y'all be safe for Halloween. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas coming up. Go shop True Sauce and shop often.
That's True Sauce, man. It's the real underground sports, man. That is True Sauce, man. Go out there, download that jingle, man. Go out there. He got his True Sauce isn't just a sauce, you know, because there's gonna be some people that, you know, man, there's some people that don't like anything. So True Sauce just isn't the sauce, man. It's seasonings, it's sauces, it's much more to come. We're gonna do all of that. We are finna get out of here, but before I get out of here, I want to encourage everybody again. Please go out there and download the app, the Real Underground Radio Station app. Help us, man, and help everybody else out, man. When y'all bless us, we're able to bless more and more people, man. If you want to give also donations to the show, anyway, hit the Cash App right there, Real Underground Sports. Or if you want to interview, play music on here, be featured as an artist, do any of that stuff. But go out there and download that app, the Real Underground Radio Station app, man. I want to thank my guest today, man, is his family, man, my guy, Keith Tucker. That's True Sauce. And, man, every time he do something dope, you're going to see him. Y'all might say, man, why you interviewing him so much? Because he's not stopping, and it's always, it makes me proud. And we're going to always honor that, and anybody else for that nature. But shout out, man, to all the shows that are on the Real Underground Radio Station, to my guy Nate Logic, to the Pillow Talk Show. We got so many shows out there, man. We got my, we got Salsa Toss. We got those shows. We got plenty of live shows. So you download the app. You can get all of this stuff from your app and listen and watch from your app, and you don't have to stop what you're doing, man. The app is free. It's like Pandora. They call it the Hood Pandora. We dubbed it that.
Yes,
I think
sir.
I actually said that, but
Yes, sir.
and that's funny.
Y'all
but,
the first one that would be called the Hood Pandora.
and I appreciate it. But I'm gonna tell you, that's why Dirt's so dope too, because he made that, you know, and boom, that's true, and that is true. So go out there and download that app, man. We about to get out of here, bro. Catch us next week. We gonna get into a lot more stuff again. If you want to advertise here, you want man, you just want us to advertise your business on the show, man. People go out and they check out what we talking about. Get with me, get with us. Also, hit up True Sauce. He got a whole lot of other dope things too, and you heard him kind of talking slightly, but he can do things for you. He can film your weddings, your whatever, your bar
True Sauce
mitzvahs,
Films,
all that.
man.
True
Tap
Sauce
in.
Films. So go out there and holler at them. Also holler at us. Again, download that app, man. We out.